Okay, I'm back with two. I ended up with Christine. I'm back to talk about Christine. I forget where I ended up, but I had a phone call, guys, so I'm back to record the rest of SisterWives about Christine. Where I was. Okay, so it seems that now that when COVID hit, Christine had other children she wanted to see, so she didn't file Cody's guidelines. So he wasn't seeing them. He was stuck at Robin's, and now Christine notices that, and it's obvious. I mean, Janelle notices it. Their grown kids. I don't even say his, hers. Their grown children have noticed it, and they all say the same thing. It is Robin. This is all because of Robin. It's obvious, okay? But, Cootie Cody. Anyway, so we have Christine now, and she has to leave this marriage. It's not because she wants to. They showed the scene last week of what happened, the breakdown, and it was obviously because Cody's punishing her because she didn't just stay home by herself and not see anybody else during COVID, because that was the only way that safely he could travel from home to home. Now, when you're going on 9-10 months, and she has children, she has things they do. There's other grown children in the house. We're not willing to follow those guidelines. And you know what? I call bullshit, because remember the nanny at Robbins, who supposedly was following the same guidelines, the nanny who has no stake in the game at all, gave them all COVID. Gave Robbins' family COVID. So really, what the fuck did it really even do? But anyway, it ended up pulling the rug out that all you guys swept all your bullshit under, pulled the rug off of it. So all your shit came to surface. And thank God it did. Because, I can't imagine having Christine, her and Mary. I mean, Mary's staying in it. So I can't even, justify why. But I would hate for Christine to go another 10 years being controlled by this motherfucker and being emotionally abused, abandoned, intimacy. He told her he was not attracted to her anymore. He stopped having sex with her. And basically he told her, let's see if you can be a good sister wife. And he says that she stabbed him in the back. She was going from wife to wife and talking crap on him about leaving him and how unhappy she was. Now, you're the one that says you have sister wives, so you're not alone, and you have somebody to talk to, and you have things that you can relate to each other for. Maybe she shouldn't have been saying nothing to the other wives, but Christine was reaching out. She was struggling. And this motherfucker is punishing her for it. Really, dude? Not physically punishing her, emotionally, which is even worse, because it ended up the breakdown of their marriage, okay? He basically told her that there was going to be no longer a sexual relationship any longer, and she said, I'm not willing to do that. I am not willing to live like Mary. I am not Mary, and you have left this marriage a long time ago. And she's devastated. She's absolutely devastated. Okay, so now what are we at? We are down 2 wives, 2 to go. Who do we have left? Janelle and Robin. Janelle, I don't really have shit to say, because I don't know what you're doing. I don't understand it. I don't believe you and Cody have a sexual relationship. I believe what everybody else says. I thought maybe you did, because I thought you were the strongest and that you would leave if you were unhappy. Maybe you're just happy with the commitment and not the intimacy, because he's not going to your house either. So at this point now, he is in a marriage with legally 2 wives. And he's only staying at Robin's. So where are we at, Cody? You're in a marriage that's not a polygamous marriage any longer. You are in a marriage with Robin. As far as all of your other kids, I hope to God that they are still able to see each other, get together. I hope that Christine leaving didn't affect that, because it seems like the siblings have a great marriage. Cody, you're an asshole. You have been controlling these women emotionally behind the scenes for a long time. And I'm not saying it's all you, dude, but they went into this really young, and if you look at it, I think Mary was 19. Oh, my hair's getting on my nerves, guys. Look, I stopped literally in the middle of doing my hair, triggered by this whole episode, that I just wanted to stop and record, so I finished doing my hair. But I'm leaving it like this. But anyway, dude, my dude, you sat there and said that you prefer to stay in these marriages because your soul, and your conscience is not to abandon your wives, when you have emotionally abandoned all of them except for Robin. It's not fair. How is that fair, dude? How is it that you get to blame them for the breakdown? So you do everything behind the scenes to make them be no longer safe emotionally in a marriage with you, punish them for reacting to it like a human would, and then when they leave because they have no other emotional place to go, come on. then you even punish them more when they want to leave. Like, I don't understand. Like, I guess I do. You're a dick. You're a controlling piece of shit. It's a shame because I really started to, like, really accept your family and like it and watch the show for good reason. I saw how well adjusted and rounded your children came out. I saw how happy I thought your wives were after feeling guilt for doubting them for all those years, thinking, how the hell? How? Now, I say this because I'm married. I'm married to one man. I've only been with one man. Like, you know, I don't cheat. I don't think about cheating. I am emotionally fulfilled and all that. And, you know, even when I wasn't with my other person, I still didn't cheat. I probably should have. I probably should have left those relationships because I was insecure. I was in bad, toxic relationships. I was in relationships with people that were not available emotionally, not available at all. And I was there, and I get it, and it was miserable, and I couldn't imagine marrying that person. I walked away from that person. I broke my heart to save my soul. You know, I walked away from somebody that I knew was toxic for me and damaging, and was for a very long time. So I get being with somebody for a 20-year period and having to walk away. I mean, it's like they blame you, but they have put you in that position. But whatever, we're not going to even go there because trust me, I get it, Christine. And I'm telling you, girlfriend, good for you. Believe me, good for you. I just wish that you hadn't had to go through that for all that time. But yeah, so I mean, that's basically my recap. Now we have another week of this next week, and I'm sure it's going to get even better, and I'll have a lot more to say. I wish, you know, that I don't know. I wish, like, we had the cul-de-sac in Vegas was amazing. I truly 100% believe that if they stayed in Vegas in the cul-de-sac, they probably could have worked this out, because I think it was easier for Cody to travel when he only had to go next door. I think that his wives were less isolated and less separate. Obviously they're closer, but I mean emotionally less separate. I think it was less time to think, and like they said, to conjure up the demons in your head. You have that idle time. It's a devil's workshop. They had a lot of idle time, which was the devil's workshop in their head, and it just created monsters in their head. Also highlighting the fractal pieces of the relationships from before, when they would just sweep everything under the rug came off with COVID. If I think of anything else, I'll add it in. That was my Sister Wives. Now we are on, it was January 31st's episode. It's called One-on-One, and it is them having a candid interview with an interviewer. I forget her name, guys, but yeah, I just feel for her. I feel for Christine. I feel for Janelle because I don't know where she's at. I kind of would have hoped that Christine would lean on Janelle. I would think that being a sister wife, that's what you're there for, I think. I mean, you know, you help raise kids, but it's also so you're not lonely and you don't have to be alone. And I would think that the two that feel the most abandoned and alone, besides Mary's still sticking around, they would lean on each other more. But it seemed that Janelle had no idea Christine felt this way, and I don't know. But yeah, I like the Browns. I love the Browns family. I love them. I thought they were like the polygamous family, because you also see that shit that they put on TLC, Seeking Sister Wife. What a fucking joke. Okay, that's a joke, because they obviously are, they're in it for the wrong reasons. Anyway, so that's Sister Wives, guys. I always forget to, please, guys, like, subscribe, comment. I welcome all your opinions, opposing opinions. Please, if you disagree with me, put it in the comment section. You agree with me, put it in the comment section. Just subscribe, guys. And that's all. Krista Marie Miller, The Unpopular Opinions. See you later.